The world held its breath. December 2019. A novel virus emerged, and within weeks, it was a global pandemic. Borders slammed shut. Cities went silent. The official narrative was one of a public health crisis, a race against an invisible enemy. But what if there was another story, unfolding in the shadows? This is not the story you were told. This is a journey into a hypothetical scenario. A what if that questions the very foundations of our reality. What if the pandemic, a genuine crisis, was also an opportunity for something far more calculated? Imagine this. As chaos gripped the world, a discrete, powerful group saw not a disaster, but a golden ticket. A chance to run the largest social experiment in human history. Their goal wasn't just to survive the virus, but to reshape society itself. This group, let's call them the architects, had long dreamed of a more orderly, more predictable world. A world they could manage. The pandemic provided the perfect cover. Fear is a powerful tool. When people are scared, they look for saviors. They willingly trade freedom for a sense of safety. The first phase was narrative control. Media outlets, social platforms, and even scientific journals were flooded with a singular message. Dissent was labeled misinformation. Legitimate questions were silenced. The world was divided into two camps, those who complied and those who were a danger to public safety. This wasn't just about health. It was about creating a unified, unquestioning mindset. The architects, working from the shadows, amplified the fear, ensuring the public remained panicked and pliable. They didn't create the virus, but they masterfully surfed the wave of terror it unleashed. Then came the systems of control, introduced as temporary health measures. QR codes to enter a cafe. Digital health passes to travel. Contact tracing apps monitoring our every move. Each step was presented as a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. Just for 2 weeks, they said. But the infrastructure built during the crisis didn't disappear when the initial threat receded. It was integrated, upgraded. It became the new normal. Suddenly access to basic life, work, shopping, socializing was contingent on a digital system that tracked and judged our behavior. Your health status, your travel history, your social connections, all logged, all analyzed. This infrastructure was the architect's true masterpiece. It wasn't just about tracking a virus anymore. It was about tracking people. In our hypothetical scenario, this system could be linked to a new digital currency. Comply with the rules and your account is fine. Step out of line, question the narrative, and your access could be limited. Or even switched off. It's the ultimate carrot and stick, a system of social credit implemented on a global scale, disguised as public health innovation. A digital cage built with our own consent, because we were told it was for our own good. Think about the economic fallout. Small businesses, the backbone of independent communities, were decimated by lockdowns. Meanwhile, mega corporations, those with robust supply chains and digital platforms, saw record profits. Wealth wasn't just transferred, it was consolidated into the hands of a select few. Was this an unfortunate side effect of the pandemic response, or was it a deliberate restructuring of the global economy? In our scenario, it's the latter. A weaker, more dependent populace is easier to control. When you rely on the state or a handful of corporations for your survival, you're less likely to rock the boat. Now, years later, the dust has settled. The virus has become endemic, another part of life. But the systems put in place remain. The digital passports, the surveillance infrastructure, the centralized control, they are permanent fixtures of our society. The world is safer, they tell us, more efficient, more orderly. But is it more free? Trust has been shattered, trust in governments, in media, in science, and even in our neighbors. We've been taught to see each other as potential threats, to report non-compliance, to embrace a culture of suspicion. The greatest trick the architects pulled was convincing us that this was all necessary, that it was the only way. They used a real crisis to implement a theoretical model of control. They tested their systems on a global population, and the results were a stunning success. We are now living in the world they designed, a world where convenience has a cost, and that cost is our autonomy, where safety is an illusion maintained by constant surveillance. This exploration isn't about denying the reality of the pandemic. The virus was real. The loss was real. This is about asking what else might have been real. It's a call to look beyond the headlines, to question the narratives we are fed, and to reclaim our critical thinking. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Were we vigilant enough? Or did we, in our moment of fear, hand over the keys to our own cage without even realizing it? The next time a crisis comes, and there will always be a next time, the question is, what will we do differently? The future of our freedom may depend on it. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think, please share it and subscribe for more deep dives into the questions that shape our world.